The key selling point of the Nedbank Cup is that anything can happen. A small team can at any point rise up and beat a big team. But a lot of the time, you find that the Goliath is way too big for the David. And I think this is what we saw in this game. Because it didn't matter how disconnected Sundowns was, how complacent they were, how a lot of the players didn't show up, how they made all the changes they made and how that affected the flow of the game. It didn't matter. It was still a Goliath that Mpheni couldn't get over. And I'd like to start off by giving Impeyu Defenders credit. You know, what we saw from Ibaroka yesterday, what we've seen from Mpheni today, is that some of these teams, they play. Let's be 100% honest. There's no world where we expected an ABC Motsepe team who play in Stream A Limpopo, who are currently 6th in their log. There was no way we expected them to come in and put Sundowns under pressure, get chances. At some point they hit the crossbar. Yes, they said it was offside, but at some point they hit the crossbar. At some point, there were shouts for handballs because Sundowns was defending. I don't think you'd expect that to happen. But in comes this home defenders team, and they play. And you could tell that they came into this game with an idea of what they wanted to do versus Sundowns. But as it plays out in most of these games, it's very hard to implement that idea versus a team of Sundowns' stature and quality for 90 minutes. So what they were doing was that Upuasi, the striker, they were trying very much to have him fight the Sundowns defense, and they were looking for set pieces and crosses. Now, it tells you that there was a little bit of research done on the part of home defenders, because that is generally what Sundowns usually struggles with. It's either you have a physical forward who loses the defense a little bit, because in Mamelodi Sundowns, on my live, I think it was agent, he used the words Rolls Royce. Mamelodi Sundowns defends with Rolls Royces. They don't get dirty, they don't tackle, they don't do all of those things. They're more standing, they steal the ball, above Van Dijk. But every now and then, if you can give them a physical presence, think about the first few minutes of Golden Arrows versus Sundowns, where Cele and Sibia, Cele was being the physical guy with Sibia following up. You think about Maniema Union, where they had that tall striker, I'm forgetting his name, was it Mbemu, was playing up front, giving the defense some trouble, and then he was being followed up, especially late in that game, followed up by number 10. I think they watched that. I think they watched Abomakesi and how the crossing, Sundowns struggles a little bit with the high balls crossed in. And they won a lot of corners, to be fair to them. In fact, maybe if there was a little bit more composure and a little bit better finishing, they could have done something. But I don't think it was written in the stars that home defenders were going to win this game. I think it was a bridge a little bit too far. They already had an upset beating Hungry Lions in the first game. Now they're coming to this game versus Mamelodi Sundowns, who is a team that is one of the best teams in Africa. I think it was just a little bit too far. When we speak about Mamelodi Sundowns, I'm stuck in two minds. On the one side, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, it is a team that has made 10 changes. It is a team that is playing versus a far lesser team. And sometimes when you come out versus those teams, you tend to play to their level. You know, you tend to play at their level, you bring yourselves down, or you start becoming complacent because you see that the team is not quite there for us. I mean, the back heel scored by Matthews, the way he scored it, the way he celebrated, I think it showed you a little bit of the attitude that Mamelodi Sundowns was coming into this game with, or they started coming into this game with. But on the other hand, Matthews is a first team player, quote unquote. Matthews is a first team player. Matthews knows that his place is secured more or less in the first team, even if it's coming off of the bench. My worry is about the fringe players. Okay, so I know I stopped the video a lot, and a lot of you are wondering, why are you asking for money? So I wanted to show you. I asked for money because I want to do more of this. Huh? But the truth of the matter is that it took over an hour in order just to render that shot. And it takes even longer when I'm doing my normal content because, guys, here's the unsung hero of the channel. And unfortunately, Shem, wazama, but the screen is broken. I have to use a second screen and the performance is not up to it. So I'd really love to upgrade things like that. And when you look over here, this is what the setup looks like. Rehenga di patlo and rehenga di green screen, which is a reality of being a South African content creator. Also, this is what people think is my studio. It's actually my house. So if you still don't know that I'm doing all of this from my home, then I don't know. But that is essentially what I want to do. More of these cool things. But I need you guys to please help me out by donating 50 Rand or more into this account. You know, we're fighting for multi-choice. And for multi-choice, but there is subscription models all over the place. And I'd love to give the biggest quality while also being able to pay my rent and do things like that. That is where your money is going. And I promise to give you only the best content that I can if you do throw something in. So I just wanted to show you guys what I want to do with your money. I want to take this South African football and fulfill my dream of taking it into the future. But thank you guys so much. Remember, this is the bank account that you deposit into. Get back into the video. Look, this is not a game where, you know, you expect them to play out of their skins. But I think what's worrying me about the fringe players is the effort that they put in. Because Mamelodi Sundowns right now, guys, is in a place where it's no longer a family setting where the coaches are going to hold your hand and it's been the same coaches you've had for 5 years or 7 years or however long, and they're going to be fine with you and hold your hand and bring you into the game. This is a Sundowns now that is all about business. A lot of those players are not going to get a lot of games to play this season off of performances like that when they're given a chance. You think about a Khoza who's been displaced by Suarez. Khoza is an incredible player. But these are the games where you show the coach again that, hey, coach, I know that maybe you are resting me or trying to protect me, but I also understand that my place has been taken up there. And I need to work to get back in. When you give me a chance, I need to go hard. And he played a good game. I'd give him a good, average to good game. You think about Abu Mkulise, who have been replaced by Abu Adams. Abu Adams have come in and they've shown that, okay, we're going to perform then. And if Siak Jampa, Siak Jampa. And it's players like Abu Mkulise who've been at Sundowns for a very long time, who you might not expect them to burn the house down, but you expect them to take these opportunities with two hands and show extra effort. You think about Abu Sales. Kanabaraki Otter Salesh. You get a one-on-one, you miss it. Yes, you got your assist. But these are the games where you make your case. Ribeiro, Shalulile, Matthews. Very hard to move out of the team. So these are the games where you have to show. It's a completely different ballgame at Mamelodi Sundowns, and I'm worried about those players. I'm worried that they don't realize that Cardoso is about business today. Think about that second half. I know some of the first team players came on, but think about the second half where you're being hemmed back by home defenders. Think about the first half where you have the balance of play, but you're not showing or wanting to go and beat this team. So I can understand the first team coming in and half clutching this game, playing in the first gear. I understand. But look at how hard Shasha was just running when he came onto the pitch. Forget about anything else, how much he was just running. So some of these players have to catch a wake-up call, because yes, it's a win, and Mamelodi Sundowns is well worth the win, 2-0. They're going home, they're going into the next round. But it's not a performance that some of these players a lot of the players will say that that's a performance that's worthy of them breaking into the other team. And when they wake up and they are let go, it's going to be tough. I think Mamelodi Sundowns tactically was very ill-disciplined today. Again, two minds. I don't know if it's ill-discipline nje, that they were pressed, or if it's ill-discipline because of the game they were playing versus the opponents they were playing. It tends to happen. I'm not going to hold it against them too much, but they were a little bit ill-disciplined. They were a little bit erratic, even towards the end. I don't think you want to get to a place where the game is ending and, you know, these guys are actually pushing and it's really just them not being able to finish some of the chances or take some of the chances. In fact, I thought that the game would open up a lot more for Mamelodi Sundowns in the second half, knowing that home defenders is getting to a place where they're going, look guys, we're in Atteridgeville. We may never play Sundowns again. Let's just audition. Let's audition and try get signed and go to the first division or go to the PSL. Let's just do that. So they'd be throwing a lot of people forward. Think about what Mamelodi Sundowns did to Isibanye Golden Stars, who scored the 2 goals and then opened up and Sundowns was able to take advantage. This is what I was thinking was going to happen, especially with seeing the first team players come on, similar to what happened with Isibanye when the first team players came on and they just held that team to the sword. So, not a great win by Sundowns, not a great performance by Sundowns, but it is one of those games where your quality is going to take you through it. Or the gap between the two teams is going to take you through the game and you'll be able to win. They shouldn't be complacent. They shouldn't be complacent. And Cardoso has made it clear. This wasn't a great game from Mamelodi Sundowns. This wasn't a great game. But they were able to get through with 2 goals and they go through. Very similar to the situation that Pirates had yesterday. But I think Pirates, again, was playing a first division team versus an ABC team. Mara, unconvincing. And, yeah, team yabo Mushekwi would have tried to hammer this team. The last thing I want to speak about, again, discipline in the tactics and the positioning, but also discipline in general. How many red cards is this Sundowns team going to get? Matthews is now out. The cards carry into the league. Matthews is now out. We've seen Obas leave with the red cards. Abomudau with the red cards. This team is gathering yellows and reds at an incredible rate. And it's something that he's going to have to look into because clearly some of these players, you can't trust them to come in and replace some of the guys when they get red cards. So discipline-wise, they're going to have to look at it. And just game-wise, I don't think you can play too many games with 10 men. Or you want to play too many games with 10 men. Or you want to play too many games knowing that the next game somebody's going to be out. And it was funny because it was mentioned at halftime that, you know, Matthews has to look out. And he went in studs. Maybe again being casual, being lackadaisical about the game. Now he's got a red card. It's the small things that hurt you. Maybe not in the game versus home defenders, but in the game that comes after. But all of that being said, a win is a win is a win. And Sundowns through to the next round. There's not really too much you can speak about in this game. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.